Welcome to the PoPolitickin show. Founded in 2008, PoPolitickin is a hip-hop meets self-help brand. With each interview, we teach the babies and share success secrets with you, the listener. Past guests of the PoPolitickin show include Yo Gotti, Currency, MC Light, BG, Dead Prez, Rashida, Project Pat, and more. We also showcase the future upcoming stars of hip-hop. Subscribe on iTunes and get automatic updates of each podcast episode.
PoPolitickin.com.
Yo, this is Annyett Royale on PoPolitickin. You guys can check me out on all social media platforms. Check my new music out on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music, Spotify, on every digital network. And you can also see my brand new video, Confused, on YouTube.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for music meets self-help, personal development. Make sure you go to Spotify. You can listen to our podcast there. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on iTunes podcasts. Anyway you listen to podcasts, we're there. I'm now politicking with the lovely Annyett Royale. I said your name right? I don't want to say it wrong.
No, it's Annyett Royale.
Annyett. My
Yep.
bad. Annyett Royale.
Good.
My bad. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm wonderful. So the first thing I just want to talk about your hometown. Let us know where you're from.
Okay. Originally from San Bernardino, California.
The
I,
Dino.
the Dino, the IE, the Inland Empire.
How was it growing up out there?
It was actually pretty cool, I mean, it's a pretty diverse community, was it middle class? Well, that's where I lived, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. And talk about your background a little bit. Let us know how long you've been in music. What got you into it?
I've been singing pretty much all my life, but I think seriously, I probably didn't really take it that serious until I won my first talent show. I think I was 15 or something like that. You think you got a voice, but you really don't know how good it is until other people hear it and, or like, okay, girl, what you really doing? Um, and then I got signed to No Limit Records pretty young too. That was my first record deal. I was actually found by, I
Nope.
could say, Snoop Dogg and his dad. Well, his dad managed me. I was at Snoop's house. His cousin, his first cousin, is my god sister, and so I just so happened to be there at the right time, I guess, and got called to the carpet to do something when I really didn't want to, but there it was, and from there they took me to meet Master P on the I got the hookup movie stage, and sang for him, and next thing I know, was on a flight to New Orleans.
So you're a No Limit Soldier?
I was not no more.
Yeah. Actually, that's cool because I actually had a Fiend on the show. I had Rico from Sons of Funk. So I'm a
Yeah.
big No Limit fan. Was you on you like? Would you used to do like the background for the some of the songs or?
No, I've never done background for anybody. I've always been, just a recording artist myself. But no, I haven't done any backgrounds or hooks for any of them.
I mean, but so what happened with that? It just was.
It was just a short period of time that I was actually even on the label. What happened with that is kind of what happens sometimes with a lot of artists. You get signed to a deal and then nothing really happens, for whatever reason. But, I continued writing, and I started, someone asked me to write for Paige Heard from Everybody Hates Chris when she got signed to Cash Money. Worked with a couple of Swedish producers that were working on her project, and then I kind of got back into the whole music thing myself. Well,
Okay.
pushed into it. I'm liking it.
So what do you love about music?
I like the whole creativity behind the music. Honestly, I mean, I love writing. I know that there's a lot of artists that just really want to sing and that's it. But I like the production of it. I like the writing. I like the arrangement of it. I like the performing of it. I like it all.
Yeah, I went to your Instagram. I saw you trying to sing my song the other day.
What song?
That oh, you're the best part.
You said, wait a minute. You said I tried.
If you love me, won't you say? Because I'm only way now messing with you. That's my song though. I really like that song
That's,
too.
you know what? I don't really appreciate you saying I tried.
I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah,
I like that song a lot.
I
So
do too.
how would you describe your style as a singer?
I am R&B. I mean, I am the heart and soul of R&B. I mean, I never really took my mind away from it. You know how they say, "Oh, R&B is dead." I don't really believe that. I really believe that R&B is in a lot of other styles of music as well. But hardcore R&B, that, well, I kind of grew up in the 90s. So the 90s vibe, I believe, is coming back. But I believe that it's also going to be different. So I would basically say that I am R&B and B and probably a little pop.
Well, did you hear what I know it's been Stephanie Mills and Eric Benet. They're basically saying like the mainstream, they want R&B, but they don't want R&B from black artists. So that's what you notice. It's like Adele, Justin Timberlake,
I
Sam
see it.
Smith.
I see it. I see it. I mean, if you look at some of the Asian culture too, I mean, you have a lot of them doing it over there in Japan and things like that, but they don't want to see it from black people. But guess what? They're gonna see it from black people. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because it's ours. How they gonna try to take our shit and try to run with
I
it?
mean, it's not happening. There's too many of us to let that happen, right?
So how do you, far as your when you create songs, how does that process work?
My process is pretty simple. I very rarely use tracks to create my music. I already have the melody in my head. So I will write the song and then I'll go into the studio and then the producer will build a track around the melody that I've already created. Um, so that just makes it easy for me, and it makes it comfortable for me, and I'm not driven by necessarily the track. I'm more into the feel of the song and the placement of the lyrics.
Okay. And you was talking about the influences. You said '90s R&B.
Yeah, hugely, but listen, um Aretha Franklin, I mean, my mom and my grandmother, would play those types of songs all the time. Aretha is probably, I'm a huge fan of
Oh yeah.
hers. I love the Arethas and the my mom and my grandma used to play Betty Wright and Shirley Murdoch and Tina Turner. So, I mean, growing up, I would hear them play songs that weren't really in my era, but at the same time, I mean, they're rooted in me because that's when I really felt like I wanted to sing. I felt like I wanted to be like them.
And then what are your current projects you working on right now?
Right now, I got a couple of things going on. I am
Oh, I saw
working.
you had a video out. I just saw that.
I got a new one that we're actually starting to shoot. Next Friday, we start shooting for another song. It's called "Hey Boy." But the crazy part of it is I got a call maybe 2 weeks ago from someone that wanted to place that song possibly with Rihanna. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but we're pushing forward right now on it. And then on the 25th, I am in concert with Dwelle in Las Vegas. So I'm pretty excited about that. For probably the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I've no 2.5, 3 months, I've actually been speaking with a couple of producers from some shows that you guys know in relation to my music. So hopefully, I will get something out there.
Oh, we about to see you on Love and Hip Hop.
No, no, I don't know if I can fit. I don't think I'm a fit for that show.
So, what are three things you can't live without?
Music. I cannot live without music. Oh my God, I would die. Um, Family and air. We gotta breathe, right?
Yeah, that good air though. That you talking about the endo, or you talking
Oh
about just
shit.
regular air?
Okay, and on some real shit, shoes probably. I mean, I'm a shoe fanatic, so I gotta have that
All right.
too.
And then, what are some of your interests? Some more of your interests outside of music?
I love fashion. Fashion is like in my next life, and maybe even in this life, if I can just put one more thing on my plate, would be fashion. I love fashion. I love the creativity of it. I've done several fashion shows that either I was a judge or a panelist, and in regards to the creativity of it, I like charity. I love doing things for charity, especially the American Diabetes Association. A lot of people that follow me probably don't know, but I always like to share that I'm type 1 diabetic and I have been since I was 4 years old. And so part of my inspiration is also to let children that live with that disease the same way that I did, because it's different than type 2. It's not,
Yeah.
a matter of, okay, you got to lose some weight or there's something blocking the production of insulin. It's just that your pancreas doesn't create any insulin at all. So, being a kid, you always got these horrible things about diabetes, and you can't do this and you can't do that. Well, I'm here to show
Sugar.
you can.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I'm thriving. I've lived with it. I've had some struggles with it, of course, like all of us do. But at the end of the day, that is probably the biggest charity that I support, because I live with it. Who better than to represent it than myself?
Yeah, I mean, say I know because I was reading Dame Dash's book. I know he has type 2. So
Yeah.
the difference is like, do you still gotta take you gotta take shots and stuff, or
Yeah, type 2, you don't necessarily have to take insulin. Type 1, you have to take insulin. So you have to give yourself injections every day, multiple times a day, depending on what you eat and your activity. So in essence, you kind of live in a bubble, and any and everything can affect that, from stress to other sicknesses, that you may have, like the flu. But, I've been pretty lucky, to be able to cope and live with it and live a pretty normal life, with it.
it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
So what you I mean, you mentioned that, but what are some other things you do as far as like self help, personal development, just growth as a person?
Growth as a person. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like personal development. What some things you do?
Development of myself or
Hmm.
other.
Yeah.
Development of myself, huh? Um, Other than singing and fashion and doing philanthropic things, development for myself is, like I said, also still giving back to my community, and being a part of whatever businesses that they have going on, whatever events that they have going on, because I think that a lot of times, when you get so busy, and some people think they so high up that what they can be involved in the dreams and the creativity of other people's events. Um, and I'm a firm believer that I just like to support everybody. I like it's a part of me too, because I feel like when you give to other people, they're also receptive in getting to know you and also supporting you as well.
Cool. And what do you see yourself like 3 to 5 years from now, as far as your career?
My career is still on the up. Like, I don't see I don't see an end. I don't see a plateau, because even after the performance part of my career, I still see my music itself thriving, because like I said, I am a writer, and I'm not one of those writers that's like, okay, that's my music and can't nobody sing it. No. I'm doing this for the love of music, and not just for the love of myself, but the love of music in general. So, and from 5 years from now, I see myself have had or receiving uh, a Grammy. um,
Claim it.
yeah. So, I mean, being an
If you gonna win
icon,
the Grammy, you gonna give me a shout out.
I'm gonna give you a shout out.
I
I
PoPolitickin.
person ain't gonna forget nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
I
humble. That's me. So yeah, I see myself winning a Grammy, American Music Award. They don't see many of us on there, but um, that's what I see. Being recognized for what I do. But not just for my music. I also want to be recognized for all of the other things that I do as well. Like I said, the philanthropic things and charity and all of that stuff. Like
and then you was talking about you was talking about the kind of like the old school R&B, but I mean we have a lot of like the new school talent. It's different, but what do you
it's
think about the new school?
to be honest with you, there are some art, like I love her.
Yeah, that's my
I
favorite
love,
one.
but you know what? I think that she still got that, that she's still R&B. She still has that feel. I like the artists that make me feel their music. I can close my eyes and I can feel what they're saying. And if I see them perform, if I couldn't hear, I could still feel it through my sight.
Yeah,
And I feel like she does that for
yeah.
me.
I
Yeah.
just my thing with like the new people, it's like I don't know, like Whitney when she sung, you felt it like
Yeah.
it came from her gut. It came from somewhere else. Like where did that come from? That note right
Yeah.
there, or like Mariah, like what the hell? So I
Yeah.
don't be hearing too many new cats with that. It's
They
coming
don't.
from their soul.
It's not. I mean,
They be on that
what,
Janet Jackson like kind of whispering, singing.
yeah, no, I like singers. Like I said, I was singing, at 4 years old, songs that, from people that my grandma listened to, like, Aretha Franklin and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never chose those easy songs. I always chose the big songs because those are the songs that I felt.
But then who I do like a lot, I think it's kind of the reason why it's like that now is Drake. Cause I think how Drake is switching back and forth, so then more R&B artists is doing that. But
Yeah, because
Drake got
rap
some
right
hits.
now is where, quote unquote, they feel like it's at. So um it's kind of a go between, between hip hop and R&B. It's kind of a hybrid is what I would call it. So yeah, I think Drake really started a trend that has resonated for a lot of people that are in R&B right now. So yeah.
You say you be rapping too?
No, I don't.
Uh,
Nah, you don't want to hear me rap.
what advice would you give to a new artist just starting?
A new artist that's starting, there will be so many doors that will close, honey. But at the end of the day, it's really about how bad you really want this for yourself. And with those doors, the right one will open as long as you continue to go after your dream. I mean, nobody can tell you you can't do it. I mean, but yourself. The only thing that is stopping you from getting there is yourself. So, and when you quit, you got to start all over again. So just keep going.
And what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
My fans and supporters, I appreciate you guys. I have a lot of fans and supporters that have been with me from day one. Um, and I could not do this without them. I mean, my video is doing really well on social media. And it is really, truly because of all of them. I feel like I want to touch as many people as I can while I can. I mean, Beyonce, I'm sure she would love to touch all of her fans, but she can't because she got so many. So I'm touching mine because I still can at this moment because I know that there will be a day that I might not be able to touch them all except for through my songs. So
And then anybody that's just now hearing about you, why should they go check your music out?
they should check my music out because if you really love good music, music that you can feel, music that is timeless, music that is relatable, that's the reason why. I mean, I'm probably telling your story in one of my songs, and that's also important to me. I like real stuff.
All right. So I'm gonna name some artists, and you just tell me what you think about them.
Hey,
Mary J. Blige,
love her. Won my first talent show with sing one of her songs.
Tyrese.
Love him.
What songs you like from Tyrese?
Um, oh goodness, what's the song? Shame. That's one of my favorite songs.
All right,
I
then.
mean, because it's one of those heartfelt songs. I mean, when he sang that song, I felt it. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite songs. But I love everything Tyrese does.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Love, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I actually sang at whose birthday was it? It was one of their birthdays at the Zen Lounge because Tisha and Dwayne Martin are friends of mine, and so yeah, I love Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Stacy Lattisaw.
I like Stacey Lattisaw. I do.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I do
yeah.
like her.
She had a hit they was sleeping on. I like that. Let me be your angel.
Yep.
Ooh. So when we gonna do this duet?
Who, me and you?
Yeah, I could do the Daniel Caesar. You can do the her part.
Yo, can you sing though?
You didn't hear me earlier.
No, let's do it. Let's see.
Oh, you're the best part.
We ain't doing it.
I'm messing with you. I want to say thank you for coming through politicking with me.
Yeah, definitely. I had a lot of fun with you, and I look forward to doing more.
You want to tell me your social media and everything?
Yes, it is Annyett Royale, ANNYETT ROYALE on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat. And on Instagram, it's only the number four ANNYETT.
I like that name. It's like royalty saying you're a queen.
And it's my last name for real.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Well, actually, we added the E, but it's Royal. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah, we
dope.
added. Yep. Thank you.
The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.